I brought my whole family. We arrived at my wife's memorial hall. In front of her portrait, I smiled excitedly and said, "She is finally dead. The family assets amount to hundreds of billions. Starting today, they are all mine, my wife's close friend." Beside us also smiled. She said mockingly, "Even if my wife is the company president, I would still be with her." But we had no idea. The woman in the coffin at this moment was not my wife at all, but her twin sister. Because just 10 years ago, their parents divorced, they were forced apart. My wife stayed in the country. Her sister went to the United States 10 years later. My wife became the CEO of a listed company. Her career was booming, but just a few days ago, I accompanied my wife and her close friend to the hospital for a prenatal checkup. When the car drove to the lakeside, I pretended the car had broken down. I got out with her friend to check, but the moment she got out of the car, I quickly locked the car doors. By the time my wife realized something was wrong, it was already too late. Watching her trapped in the car, my wife's friend and I immediately showed our true colors. Then we pushed the car into the lake ourselves. Even though my wife desperately begged for help, the car sank to the bottom of the lake. I watched happily as she and the unborn child drowned together. The next day, when her body was pulled from the water, her friend and I stood on the shore, pretending to cry. We told others that she was mentally unstable and had taken her own life. The reporters believed it. The family believed it too, but they did not know that a woman who looked exactly like her was standing in the crowd. She was my wife's twin sister, and she did not believe my wife would commit suicide because she knew my wife was positive and optimistic. So to find the truth, she decided to disguise herself as my wife, to expose everything from beside me. On the day of the funeral, the sister wore my wife's clothes. She had her people secretly take my wife's body away. Then she lay down in the coffin. When the coffin lid was closed, I came in with my family and her close friend. In front of my wife's corpse, I finally revealed my true face. My mother took the opportunity to curse her family, complaining that over the years they refused to transfer the company's shares to my name. At that moment, I praised her friend extravagantly, saying she was smart and capable and worthy of being my wife. The siblings echoed this. What I did not know was the sister in the coffin was shaking with rage. She could not help but reach out, and she grabbed my wife's friend hard. In the next second, the friend screamed in terror. When I saw it, I only sneered and comforted her. How can a dead person move? It must be a hallucination. At that moment, the old butler rushed over at the sound. With a panicked face, he said, "My wife is still alive." But I only scolded him for being confused. I ordered him to shut up and told the friend to continue, cooperating with my plan, to find out what I was really going to do. The sister held back her fear and continued to pretend to be dead. When the coffin was closed again, the company's shareholders began to worry about the future of the group. However, their unrest was also part of my plan. So I took the opportunity to announce, "From today, I will take over all of my wife's shares and rename the company. I want to build a new business empire." As soon as I said that, the butler and the shareholders opposed. The scene turned chaotic. At that moment, a cell phone suddenly rang inside the coffin.